I just got off the phone with an HVAC company owner, and it made me really feel like I want to talk about how to make money. How to make money from the internet with an HVAC and home services business. Because I think there's a lot of people who do not understand, I guess, the order of importance right now of where you can make money and get clients and what needs to be done. So let's put these in order of importance. Okay. So, and I want to make money. I'm an HVAC company and I am talking to people. Let me give this guy I just talked to, right? He just spent almost $10,000 on a website that I could have made in freaking a day. I say a day as if that's a low amount of time. An hour. I could have made him this website in an hour, and he spent 10 grand almost on this thing. And it makes me mad, but it also makes me sad. And he's talking to me about how he doesn't really get business from it. And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't have a Google business profile. So let's go through the order of importance here. No matter where you are, I think there's something you can get from this. Number one most important priority for your business is your Google business profile. Okay? For those of you who don't know what this is, when you go and do a search on Google, the map pack comes up, right? The local information comes up, right? So that local information comes from your Google business profile. Business.google.com is where you set up a business profile. Okay? Now, in that Google business profile, there's a few things that make a huge difference to where you will show up in relation to your competition. Number one is your name. So this gentleman I just talked to, his name has refrigeration, basically. Jack's Refrigeration. Okay? And I don't know enough about HVAC as far as the business itself, but as a consumer, I never would have known or never would have thought that refrigeration had anything to do with HVAC. As far as if I needed my heater repaired or my AC unit repaired, I never would have known. So if I saw Jack's Refrigeration, nope, not going to call them, right? Definitely not going to call them over an HVAC or AC repair, air conditioning repair, heating and cooling, that stuff, right? So the first thing is your name. The keywords that are in your name is going to determine a big portion of where you rank, right? So if Jack's Refrigeration is going against a company called Jack's Air Conditioning Repair, and I'm searching for air conditioning repair, Jack's Air Conditioning Repair has a much, much higher chance of showing up first on the search results. Okay. So that's the first thing. Whatever you call your business, when those words are searched, you have a higher likelihood of showing up for those words. So the name of your business. Number two that reflects in this is the domain of your business. This reflects pretty heavily, but it's not as direct as the name on the Google business profile. But if my name is Jack's Air Conditioning Repair and my URL is Jack's Refrigeration Repair, then that term for Jack's Refrigeration Repair and those words refrigeration and repair are going to be much, much stronger in the search. Okay. So that's number two is your domain. That plays in to your search results. Okay. I think it's important for those to match up, but those matter. Okay. Number three is your reviews. There's kind of two sides of this. There's the number of reviews you have, and then there's your velocity of reviews, right? Which is over the last certain, more recent time, how many reviews are you getting and how often? This is all a bunch of whatever algorithm math, who knows, probably changes every day. But if you're getting reviews consistently on a regular basis and over a long period of time, that's the best thing you're going to be able to do, right? That's going to help you rank. So those, if you're wondering why is my competitor beating me, I have way more reviews than him. Well, maybe he's getting a lot more recently. Or if you're asking yourself, why am I not moving higher in the search engines and you're not getting any reviews, that's a big thing. Okay, so those are your three. Those three are huge, right? Number 4 is your website. Now, it's going to depend a little bit more on your business, but for most of these local home services, right, you're in a very quick turnaround time service business. People don't need to research a lot. They don't, with HVAC, and other home services, most home services, there's not this long extended research time. People want to get a general idea. If you're good, then they're going to probably call 2 or 3 of you to come out. And that's as far as it goes. So your website, 60, 70, 75% of people are never going to go to your website. Okay. And so that's why your website is going to be down there and like number 4, right? So getting that website though, it does help, right? It's good. It's a good thing, but it's not a priority. These other things I would be doing first before I worried about getting any kind of really nice website. Sure, get something up, a landing page that has your name with a phone number. That's fine. That's great. Don't spend a lot of money, okay? Don't spend a lot of money. Don't spend, whatever. So you can do that later if you want. So those are kind of the 4 major pieces. And that's why local SEO is not the same as national SEO. Someone like me, I'm supporting Cast, right? What I do with people is help them, one, understand what they need to do, right? So I think that educational component of this is obviously necessary for most businesses because they don't know where to focus their time and effort. Those 4 things, right? Then all those things kind of being equal, that's where you get all this other things. Posting on your Google business profile, right? Like you're not going to post your way out of not getting reviews. Like that's not going to happen. If you're not getting any reviews, then you can't just do Google business profile posts and expect that's going to do something for you. Okay? So like Google business profile posting, the Q&A, right, on your Google business profile, your services list, your website, the authority on your website, getting backlinks, right? Like putting up the content. Those are all super helpful. And they can help you because, number 1 is if all things are equal on the other footings and you're competing with, you're growing your business and you want to compete, those are going to be a factor. Now they're a major factor, right? So when you're trying to be number 1, those things matter, right? Because they add up. But they're not going to like overcome the fact that you don't get reviews or that your name is Jax. You don't have any keywords in your name at all, right? Like that is going to be a tough mountain to climb, right? So that's your order of importance of how I would be worrying about these things and the things I would be getting, and I guess I didn't mention this, your location matters, right? All things being equal, your location is probably on that list as well. It's probably pretty high on that list. But there's, if your location is here, it's where does location fit in? It's gonna, you can grow out from your location, but only so far. And the location you start in, you're gonna get people who are really close to it. But most people don't have you don't have a lot of selection in your location, right? So I think if you're choosing a location where you can dominate really easily, that's pretty smart. But if I'm an HVAC company and my location's in my biggest city, then I don't know that I can do much about that. So, and that's why I don't really bring location into the conversation as something that you can do a lot about, right? Because I think a lot of people kind of, you're going to take what you can get. Even having a map pin for a lot of businesses that I talk to is difficult. So location is in there, though. That's in the mix. It's important to understand that that's going to play a big factor in who you're showing up for. But over time, you can grow that map and really get a big hold. So that's more searcher specific. So that's your Google business profile, your website. Now, like I said, content on your website, right? Like this can help you capture a bigger portion of the keywords. So now if HVAC repair is what I do and I'm trying to get searches for that, but I put a page on my website for HVAC cleaning, then maybe not a lot of people have information about that. And so the few people who do search that, I'm going to start to pick up if I have content on my website. So that's about expanding the pie of keywords, right? But it doesn't do much for you in competing against those top level keywords. So I'm all about one thing, and that is making money. That's it. That's all I care about. That's all I care about for you and your business. That's all I care about. There's no reason to spend $10,000 on something that's not going to get you $20,000, $30,000. I'm an investor. That's the end result of what I actually am, is an investor, right? You spend money, you make more money from it. That should be the only goal. The only goal. So that just brings me to the last thing is LSA ads, right? LSA ads are a great way to get started for local businesses, and it's a great way to get some income, get some revenue, and it connects to your Google business profile. So that's the other piece of this. If you don't know, there's this whole ad platform that you only have to spend money to get at leads. That's it. I'm going to spend this much a month. I want leads. They're going to give you leads that are connected to your services. None of this Google ads crap. There's too many people out there that want you to pay them to manage something difficult, and they don't want you to know about the things that are easy that you could do yourselves, right? The difficult thing works, but do that later, right? If you want to spend $5,000 to make 10 grand over there, then do it later. When you can afford to spend $5,000 and let it go to waste before you start getting leads in, and then over the next year, you're going to start getting good leads. That's fine. But right now, I think you want to be looking for 1-to-1 wins. Unless you're a big business, then it's different. Cool. Well, that's a bunch of information. We'll see you tomorrow.